PANAT, Physicians and Nurses Against Tobacco, in collaboration with
Project 11, the 11th Commandment, Don't Smoke,
introduces an attempt to engage religions worldwide in an urgent and naked truth discussion of the most important medical and moral catastrophe in the history of the human race.
The tobacco problem, ignored by kings, queens, and politicians, and swept under the rug by the shepherds of the human flock.
In memory of the 6 million yearly worldwide tobacco-caused deaths, presents
The Nude Evangelization. Oh, sorry, I meant the Nude Evangelization, or The Silence of the Shepherds.
Despite over 600 years of observation, examination, science, study, inspiration, thought and consideration, contemplation, insight, wisdom, understanding, fortitude, counsel, meditation, prayer, reflection, exegesis, and of course, hermeneutics, the problem continues.
Their unexplainable individual and collective silence as the tobacco industry continues to addict and enslave generation after generation, an industry selling its deadly panacea for the universal human afflictions of anxiety, depression, boredom, and loneliness.
Our shepherds sleep while tobacco kills 16,000 of their flock daily, 6 million every year.
Tobacco has killed more people than all the wars throughout the entire history of the world.
It is estimated that U.S. tobacco companies earn around $6,000 in profits for each person who dies from smoking.
The early death of anyone is tragic for that person and their friends and family.
But 16,000 daily deaths met with silence?
Every day, 80,000 children and adolescents worldwide start to smoke tobacco, risking addiction, disease, and early death. But first, let's investigate tobacco and consider why people smoke and why most smokers can't quit.
Well, it's complicated. Very complicated.
Here's a list of 599 chemicals and other additives the tobacco industry puts in their products in order to make tobacco stronger and more addicting.
These chemicals increase the antidepressant, anti-anxiety, and stimulant effects of tobacco. So, tobacco addiction is not just about nicotine. Like we said, it's complicated.
That's why smokers still can't quit when they only use things like nicotine candy, nicotine inhalers, or nicotine skin patches.
This is a tobacco plant. Worldwide tobacco production each year is over 7 million metric tons. That's a lot. This is nicotine. It is one of the main chemicals that makes tobacco addicting. Nicotine can relax you or make you feel happier or give you energy. It even helps some people to sleep. It depends. But once your brain begins to rely on it, you're hooked.
This is Harmon. Like nicotine, Harmon can also make you feel happy. It is also an antidepressant, a monoamine oxidase inhibitor antidepressant. Sorry to get technical. It works like the prescription medicines Marplan, Nardil, M-Sam, and Parnate. It makes your brain's happy chemicals, the monoamines, last longer and feel stronger. It intensifies pleasurable sensations. It is also in tobacco.
Just like salt makes food taste better, Harmon makes mood brighter and pleasure stronger. That's why smokers smoke all day and after they eat or pee or poop or after they do anything that makes them feel good. They have to. That's why they're addicted.
The big tragedy is that in order to get the nicotine in Harmon, smokers have to smoke, exposing themselves, their friends, families, co-workers, and pets to all these carcinogens in tobacco smoke. Carcinogens are chemicals that cause cancer. So basically, tobacco is a deadly plant that contains several chemicals that make your mood better, but lots of chemicals that can kill you.
Tobacco is the most complex and effective antidepressant in the world, but once you start using it, you need it every day, just like Prozac and Paxil and all the other antidepressants. Most smokers don't realize that tobacco is an antidepressant until they try to quit. That's when they get depressed.
Tobacco costs just the U.S. over $775 million every day in hospital bills and other losses. That money could be used to help the poor and needy.
Remember, governments know that smokers need to use tobacco every day. That's why they tax it, so they can make money from tobacco addicts. Governments all over the world love tobacco, so they really don't care if you smoke because they make tax money.
Plus, all the different organizations that tell us not to smoke get lots of donations, plus money from the government. Millions and millions of dollars every year just to tell us don't smoke. That must be an easy job.
So, where is the moral element to the tobacco problem? The Holy Spirit, over 60 years ago, enlightened scientists about the reality of the deadly effects of tobacco. The scientists and doctors have told us that tobacco is bad for us.
But where are our religious leaders? Some religious leaders even run hospitals that treat sick smokers. They have to know that tobacco kills people.
And some religious leaders are even moms and dads. How come they don't say anything? There are many kinds of child abuse, and tobacco addiction is one of them.
In 2006, one very important group, the Rabbinical Council of America, recognized the moral dimension to this problem and condemned the use of tobacco. They even scolded themselves for not having acted against tobacco much earlier. Shouldn't their spiritual brethren learn from their example and do the same?
This is nothing to joke about. It is time to stop clowning around and put an end to the biggest killer worldwide, the tobacco industry.
Please tell your friends about the nude evangelization.
Or the Silence of the Shepherds and Project 11.
Brought to you by Physicians and Nurses Against Tobacco, PANAT. Visit us at www.unholysmoke.org.